Right after the bunny's done hopping there, we'll welcome in etiquette expert Diane Gottsman to talk a little bit more about Easter and some of these springtime holidays, some of the do's and don'ts. You brought some festive...
A few little fun props.
Yes, including one. You want to talk about those right off the bat there?
The Coscaronis. They are a bone of contention. You know, kids love them, and they're festive and beautiful and bright. Well, don't even think about it.
I mean, this is a centuries-old tradition that comes from Spain. So it's actually something that has religious symbolism.
Yes.
It is very important to our culture. You know,
however, as we were talking about, you know, before,
messy.
They're messy, and they make a biz. If you're going to bring them, which is great, make sure it's okay with the host. Yeah, if you're coming to an Easter dinner or a party or a hunt, make sure that they know in advance so you don't start cracking them all over, you know, and they don't want them there. And by the way, there's a technique to these Coscaronis. So you
a lesson.
Yes, there's a lesson, and I won't do it because then we'll make a mess.
What's the fun of that?
Okay, so look, we'll do it.
Can we do this?
I'll just do it on top of this. Okay, so you just crack. And then you just kind of crumble over that person.
But you do it all here
on the hair.
So it stays in one spot.
Oh, I'm going to drop it now.
Now, if you ever invite me over for scrambled eggs or something, I'm going to think twice. How does she? These are crunchy, Diane. They're very good.
Don't do it directly on their heads. You know, little kids do it on each other's heads, and they train it on the cat's heads and the dog's heads. So you know, just you have to be courteous when you're using these eggs.
Leave the dogs alone.
All right. What about
we have
any
so
other
many
dish
more.
to a holiday
Is it rude to bring a dish to a holiday gathering unless the host requires it? So that's the question. And it is kind of rude to bring a dish. It is. You don't want to show up with it. But think about this. So you've planned this beautiful meal, and now I show up with a hot dog casserole. You know, to add to this beautiful, lavish. So here's the bottom line. You have to ask the host, what can I bring? Is there anything I can bring? And then he or she is going to say yes, and you're golden. Okay? So just don't bring your own without asking first.
Hang on, hot dog casserole?
You didn't hear anything after hot dog casserole. I didn't either, really. Get back to that hot dog casserole.
Hash browns and hot dogs.
That's not kosher.
Not necessarily kosher. If you are kosher.
If you eat kosher, don't expect your host to make a special meal. These are true or false.
Yes.
So that is true.
Right.
Don't expect it. Bring your dish and share it with the group. And again, that's when you're going to say to the host, listen, you know, I'm going to bring something special. And it's not going to be a tater tot and hot dog casserole. Just saying.
We love that.
How about this one? As an Easter gathering, so when there's a prayer at the meal, you're not a believer, you're not religious, you still hold hands maybe while the prayer is being said?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
So you just kind of go the culture of the house beyond whatever the faith might be.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you just, if they reach out to hold your hand.
Jesus is the season. It's the reason for the season.
But there might be some people who have very little faith or don't believe at all, and that was the question.
And they may still be there to celebrate just because they don't.
So you are celebrating the friendship. So just grab their hands.
Yeah, you're supporting your friends who are celebrating it.
Okay, so that is true.
I'll be back real quick.
Hard-boiled eggs. Hard-boiled eggs do not belong in an Easter egg. Hunt. True or false?
Oh, true or false?
True or false? These are true or false questions. True or false?
Do not belong. True.
They do not belong at an Easter egg hunt. Do not bring hard-boiled eggs and then put them out. What are you thinking?
Forget about those eggs.
Grab an egg and they're like, oh, it's chocolate. No, it's not. You know, it's
even better
protein.
for you, kid. It's protein. We're having a protein hunt out here.
So they do not belong at an Easter egg hunt.
Okay, here's my favorite question. It's creepy for the hired Easter bunny if you've got to
True or false?
We haven't got that.
Okay.
All right. Okay, we got a dry Easter brunch. Personal reasons. My sister says it's rude not to inform. Well, that's such a question for events. Do you have to tell people, listen, you're not drinking it, whatever this thing is?
So, what do you think? I want to know, Zach, what do you think? Do you, if I'm going to have a lunch or brunch and I'm not going to serve liquor, do I have to tell you first?
No.
No.
I don't. You do not
You
have
kind of read the room when you go in.
Yeah.
Yes, and then if no one is drinking, don't ask for the whiskey. You know, you just lay low and go with flow.
And I don't think it's
for the cupboards. Where's that whiskey?
Goes so well with that hot dog casserole you brought over
Where is
here.
it?
It's up to the host to decide what they're going to serve at a gathering. I mean, it's our assumption oftentimes that most gatherings involve alcohol, but
let's just say somebody is not drinking for a particular reason.
Absolutely.
So if I say to you, Lauren, well, Lauren, can I have a beer? Not that I would. You would say, you know, we're not serving today. You know, it's Easter, we're just not going to serve. You can just say no. You can say no.
And it seems like in so many deals, I've been to so many things where people were drinking when I maybe expected they wouldn't be, or vice versa. You kind of read the event when you go in.
You read the room.
You'll get through the brunch. You'll get through the brunch.
Yes.
And you can go to your
Are we doing
Now,
your
can I get
favorite?
to my
Okay.
favorite?
All right.
Is it creepy for the hired Easter Bunny to talk at the Easter party, or do you want to?
I love this
So what do you think? Is it true or false? Is it creepy?
True.
That's
super
And
creepy.
wait a minute, what kind of voice are we talking?
It is so creepy.
Easter
The
Bunny.
answer is it is creepy.
Yes.
But a bunny doesn't talk anyway. Okay.
That's true.
But what
I
kind
don't
of
know how
voice
I
is going to be
feel about
under
the
the
Easter bunnies to begin with, but
Yeah.
That's a whole different
But then it's
topic.
that shallow
Runner.
voice way down deep in the bunny head.
What's the bunny doing
it's
over
creepy.
here?
It's creepy.
All right, keep
bunny.
it strong, silent,
It's
Easter
Funny,
Bunny.
yeah.
All right, so we've been through the other questions. Are there any other tips for the big event?
Well, I think, you know,
events.
it's just really important to if you're, let's say you're going to have a hunt, make sure you bring your own baskets, even though the host will probably have baskets for you.
BYOB
And
for you.
if there is
A different one.
if there are color-coded eggs, let's say for the older kids they're green, for the younger kids they're yellow, or they should have them at different times. Instead of throwing everybody out there at the same time and doing color-coded eggs, do the hunt for the little kids first, then next the older kids, and the adults forget it. And adults don't help the older kids, and you can help the little kids, but you know, don't take it out of somebody else's basket. If you say, oh, you can only have 10 eggs. Well, make sure that you have enough eggs if somebody doesn't have any to provide it for those.
Okay.
Don't take it out of somebody
That is
else's
when it gets.
basket.
That's
no
when it gets
pushing and
real.
shoving.
You know, they're not that old.
Yeah,
You know, the kids are 10, 11.
Right, a picture like a 17-year-old. Okay, well, happy holidays, happy Easter for
Happy
all
Easter.
the big events, and Diane, we appreciate it as always.
you.
See ya.
Nice seeing
Only
you.
one Pasquarone harmed.
Hot
I'll be
dog
right back.
casserole.
For now,
hot dog and tater tot casserole.
We'll be right back.